Good morning. It's been so long since we've done a morning routine. I've so seriously been slacking on those routine videos. So if you guys absolutely love routine videos, let me know in the comment box below so that I can stay motivated to make more for you guys. So I did recently share my nighttime routine, and I thought it'd be a good idea to also share what I do in the morning time. Morning, the needs for your skin are a little bit different. So this is a wintertime routine. This is focused all on barrier care, really kind of protecting against dehydration, protecting the skin. But I realized, when I was gonna film this video, the fact that I talk so much about how to adjust your products for your skin's needs during seasonal changes. And then I realized, I was like, you know what though? I actually changed my makeup routine for the season as well. In winter time, the air becomes so dry, my skin becomes so dry, and my makeup products are very prone to caking. So I've actually made adjustments in my makeup routine for the weather too. And I thought it'd actually be helpful to share that. So many of you guys asked me about makeup products that I use, and I have put together this video as a hybrid. So we're gonna do the morning routine first, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I do with my very everyday sort of makeup look, which you can preview right here, a little bit of a spoiler. So if you guys love Korean skincare, if you also love a little bit of K-beauty makeup, you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing if this video helps you at all. But do please hit the thumbs up button and let's get started. So I have my coffee and I'm ready to go. I am not really a morning person, but coffee makes me a morning person. I just washed my face with water and a washcloth. The washcloth helps break up any kind of oil or maybe some leftover skincare residue. That film that you can sometimes get on your face, it breaks it up more efficiently. I just feel like I get a better clean faster than with just splashing water on my face. Okay, so I was drying out like a prune coming from the bathroom from washing my face over here to the vanity. So I did already apply my Missha Time Revolution First Treatment Essence. Now I really like to use a first essence because it kind of preps your skin. It gets you ready for the rest of the skincare layers you're going to be putting on. It helps them absorb a little bit better into the skin, which is very good. This particular essence has some great anti-aging and brightening properties to it. And it's winter time and I'm starting to go through my just general wintertime dryness. And so I did put the Laniege lip sleeping mask on my lips, so this helps keep them comfortable, but also keeps them from getting flaky and like cracked and just dry and yucky. So you heard it here first. I'm going to be testing the Klairs Daily Skin Softening Water, and this is the first time I'm ever using it right here. So we're going to get like a little mini first impression review. Now this is actually an exfoliating toner, and while I'm like no acid queen, like I'm not like a huge chemical exfoliator? Yeah. I'm not a huge chemical exfoliator. Now this actually uses the natural chemical exfoliation properties of fruit waters. There's apple water in here, cucumber water in here, and also sugarcane extract, which all have natural abilities to encourage your skin to shed dead skin cells. So there's not really like AHAs and BHAs in here, which I actually find that really, really interesting. Okay, so it's definitely a very watery toner texture, and I'm actually quite surprised to feel this is adding quite a bit of hydration to my skin. This is quite a refreshing feeling on the skin, and I am excited to tell you, how it fares long term. This is the very first time I'm using it, so I can't tell you too much. What I would really expect this to do for me is to kind of help brighten up the skin a little bit, kind of help even out any texture, maybe long term help with the appearance of blackheads. But we'll see how this works. I'll definitely be reporting back. All right, so toner time, and I'm keeping it classic with the Keep Cool and Soothe Bamboo Toner. You've seen me use this a million times. There's something extra special about this one with the formulation. It just feels, for me, it just dives in deeper into my skin and just seems to replenish my dehydrated skin at just a really deep level, and it feels so good. I can get what I need from it without too many layers. I usually do about 3. I do like to pull my skincare layers down my neck and a little bit on my chest area. This skin needs just as much TLC as your face does, quite honestly. I mean, this is a lesson that took me a while to learn. I was like, why are you not putting your skincare on your neck too? Like, why do you stop at your jaw? This is definitely a lesson that took me some time to learn, but it is good. And honestly, so many of us are always kind of like hunched over. like our phones or our computers, and we start to get that like tech neck, like that line across your neck. And so this can kind of help plump that, kind of help keep that skin supple and smooth. You know, you don't want to have like a young face and an old neck, so it's not a bad idea to just kind of pull some of your skincare layers down to your neck. You don't have to do all of it if you don't want to, but if you have like a little bit extra on your hands, I particularly recommend moisturizing. Always pull your moisturizer down to your neck at the very least, and your sunscreen too. So now I'm gonna just take like a quick moment of pause, I guess that's what I call it. And what it is really, it's just me kind of like letting my toner sink into my skin, and I'm just kind of taking a step back and just kind of seeing how my skin is doing. I've done 3 layers of toner already, and what I'm assessing is if my skin needs more. I'm just kind of like seeing how my skin feels. Does it feel well hydrated? I suffer from a lot of dehydration. It gets worse in the winter time, and you know, one size doesn't fit all. Some days 3 layers of toner is a-okay perfect, and other days I actually need 4 or 5 layers because my hydration needs are higher. And this is really just practicing intuitive skincare. You get more comfortable with it the longer you do it, because sometimes you're just like, I don't know what my skin needs. I'm not sure. But eventually you kind of get used to what your skin likes, what it responds to, and it becomes like second nature. But always sort of check in with your skin as you're doing your skincare routine, because I think a lot of us actually, and myself included, actually end up putting on more than we need onto our skin because we're not really tapping into what our skin is telling us. Okay, so 3 layers actually feels perfect. My skin feels really comfortable. It's not feeling tight. It's not feeling like dry or anything. It actually feels pretty good. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of my routine. And you've seen me do this before. This is my hydration sandwich method, where I use a lighter weight toner, the 3 layers of the Keep Cool and Soothe Bamboo toner. And what I do is I just kind of hug it or seal it in with a thicker textured toner, and I'm going in for the classic Pyunkang Yule Essence toner. I just put 1 layer of this on after my watery toner, and it really like plumps my skin. It creates this really nice cozy blanket effect on my skin. It really just holds the hydration into my skin. I've noticed that I have less dehydration in the middle of the day when I'm using this in conjunction with my other watery toner. So this has actually been like a really nice secret weapon for me to fight water loss. And I'm gonna go in for Klairs Fundamental Watery Oil Drop, and I am on my very last dregs of this bottle. It's almost empty. I need to get a new one. That's how much I like it. I really like this one for winter time. Now this is such an interesting texture, and you almost have to experience it to understand, because it's so watery when you apply it to your skin. It feels so runny, but then once you kind of like work it onto your skin, you feel this richness, and it does fill your skin with that nourishment and that moisture. Now there is no oil, facial oils in here at all. Really what the name suggests is the benefits of a facial oil without greasiness, without weight. So as you can see, the Klairs definitely is not a greasy finish, but it does leave some dewiness on your skin. So there is a little bit of something going on here. I think it's quite pretty. I'm going to show you a really quick everyday makeup routine that I do right after we're done with this routine, and you're going to see how that actually helps make the makeup look better. But I do feel like, you know, I feel like it depends on who the viewer is, right? Because dewiness or shiny / greasiness, I feel like it's all in the eye of the beholder, like glass half full or half empty, right? I think it's one of those things. So I am putting on the Klairs Fundamental Eye Awakening Gel right now. What I really see from this one is a lot of depuffing. I do see some brightness from this as well. Sometimes I only use the eye gel, particularly in the morning. If I'm like in a hurry or I don't want too many layers on my skin, I'll just use the eye gel. But I'm gonna put the Nourishing Eye Butter on as well. And what I see from this product, of course, it definitely helps nourish the eye area, which is really important when you experience dryness, like especially seasonal dryness. I've been noticing that my eye makeup has been getting a little bit weird looking around my eye area, and so I like to do just a little bit extra to make sure that it's moisturized. So I am going to go in for a facial oil next. We're kind of entering the barrier care portion of the routine. This is the Olivarrier Fluid Oil, and this is a 100% squalane oil. This is really nice because squalane oil is actually perfect for all skin types because it's actually skin identical, and it has a nice it's almost like a dry oil kind of feel to it. It's very, very light, and it just absorbs into the skin so quickly. What I like about facial oils, especially in the winter time, my skin definitely goes a lot drier in the winter time, and so this does replenish my skin. But facial oils also seem to have that ability to kind of help fight dehydration as well. It's kind of a two-prong approach. It's treating the dryness on my skin, but it's also kind of diving in a little bit deeper, helping my moisture barrier hold on to hydration, which is essential. And you guessed it, I'm using the Illiyoon Ceramide 8-0 Concentrate Cream. Of course she is. Sometimes I feel like I might be boring you guys by using the same products over and over, but I'm just being honest with you. Like, this is the only moisturizer I'm reaching for lately. It just serves the purpose so well, and honestly, when I find a product like this that literally just I can't stop reaching for it, I just want to keep talking about it. I really like this. Now, this is giving me my daily dose of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids that is in this cream. It's a nice texture too, and this actually works really well for the morning time when you're doing like a protective, like a dry skin, dehydrated skin routine, when you need a little bit of like a more medium weight cream. This is a nice texture to go for because it absorbs really fast. All right, so it's time for sunscreen. Now, I know sometimes people are like, should you wear sunscreen in winter? I'm obviously going in for the Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Sunscreen, another, product that I can't stop talking about, but it's that good. So to answer the question, should you wear sunscreen in winter? Yeah, you should. Really, my very easy to remember advice on sunscreen is if it's daylight and you're going outside, you should wear sunscreen. I mean, it's not as simple as that necessarily, but I think it can be as simple as that. Sun is out, I'm outside, sunscreen. Really easy to remember. Now, in the winter time, I will be honest with you, my attitude towards sunscreen relaxes quite a bit. And that is just, just to be completely fair, that's just based on where I live. I live in Wisconsin. It's cold. It's dark. More than it being cold, it's dark, because UV is not about temperature, but it is about the sun. And the sun actually happens to physically be further away from my part of the planet right now, very, very far away, which actually weakens the amount of UV that reaches us. So in the summertime, the UV index is about 10 to 12. And right now, currently, the UV index is 1. I sometimes wonder if it could be -1 on the UV index. We might actually rate at a -1 on certain days. That's part of the reason why, like I said, I relaxed my attitude. I still wear sunscreen. However, I'm more relaxed about reapplication. I think that if you live in an area similar to mine, I think that you might, be able to just kind of loosen up a little bit about it, especially if sunscreen is like, not an obsession of yours. And let me tell you, I have been noticing this quite a bit on Instagram more than YouTube, but I've been noticing people getting really militant about sunscreen, and not just militant, but obsessive, to the point that I feel that they're not enjoying their lives. And I just mean there's people just getting really, really preachy and really, really just focused so hard on sunscreen. And I am not saying that focusing or preaching about sunscreen is a bad thing. It's good. We need to educate ourselves about this. So many of us, including myself, were not educated on sunscreen for a long time, and it is a game changer, and it is important for your health. Don't get me wrong, but I also think that if you're so obsessed with sunscreen to the point that you're not enjoying your life, that all you're thinking about is reapplying your sunscreen, that you're creating this pattern of fear about going outside because you maybe didn't apply enough sunscreen, or you didn't reapply it, or whatever the case may be, or you don't think your filters are working. Like, that is behavior that's difficult for me to fully support and embrace. I guess all I want to say about that really is just, wear it, be educated about it, know the best practices around sunscreen, but at the end of the day, don't let sunscreen be a barrier to you going outside. Don't let sunscreen be a barrier to you living your life. Make the smart choices. Wear a hat, wear sunglasses, reapply your sunscreen, be aware of the UV index, but apply and get on with it. All right, so for the makeup look, this is just something really simple. This is not like super glamorous or anything, but this is just like a really easy makeup look that I've been going for a lot lately. Now, let me tell you, I talk so much about what winter does to my skin and my skincare routine, but let me tell you that it affects my makeup too. My makeup can get really cakey in the winter time. It's like I can use the same products for months and months, and then all of a sudden, bam, it like looks cakey and it just feels like it's sitting on top of my skin. So I actually have adjusted my makeup routine to reflect that. So I just applied the VDL Lumilayer Primer. Now this is a little bit of a different primer, different than your everyday primer, because this has some really pretty shimmers in it. This is really meant to help give you that glass skin shimmery look. I do find that this actually has a really nice, almost like a tone up cream effect, honestly, to this primer. Now it actually doesn't white out my skin too much, but it did really even out the tone. As you can see, it really did decrease the redness. There's natural redness that I have on my skin. It kind of diffused some of the hyperpigmentation that I have as well, because those shimmers really help reflect light off of your skin, which is a really nice effect when you're going for that glass skin glowy look, which is definitely what I am going for. On top of all of those dewy skincare layers, I want more shimmer and dew to my skin. So wintertime is cakey time, so I have to be really careful with my base makeup. So I did apply the primer first. That's kind of like step number one to this look, this method. And step number two is actually to go in with concealer. Cover Perfection Tip Concealer from the Saem. So incredibly affordable, like $6 I think this was, and it's got really good coverage. I do conceal under my eyes because I have discoloration under my eyes, but I always put a little bit of concealer around my nose area too. It helps to even out your complexion. Everybody does have a little bit of redness around their nose, and so just placing a little bit of concealer there can kind of just help give you a little bit more of an even toned appearance to your skin. Okay, so I applied the concealer kind of to my areas that I want the coverage in, and now I'm going to blend it out, and I'm just going to use a Ruby Cell Puff. These are what come in cushion foundations. I really like these because they give such a nice natural finish. The trick with these Ruby Cell Puffs is just to tap into your skin, not swipe, but just tap in, just like you would apply a cushion foundation. So I'm actually not going to put on any foundation. I'm just going in with that primer and that concealer, and that has really been helping my makeup not cake, because the concealer, it's a little thinner formula than a foundation. I have less of it on my face. It's not covering my entire face, so I'm not really experiencing the caking that I would get from a foundation, or like weird clinging to dry patches, just because I just centralized that coverage where I needed it the most. So I am going to set the concealer with a powder. You can do this with any powder that you like. Today, the one that I actually have is from a Western brand. This is Makeup Forever. Anything will do. This is just kind of what I have and what I've been using lately. And simply what this does is it just makes sure that that concealer doesn't move around on you. So I'm just applying a little bit of blush to my cheeks. I think that it just kind of helps bring a little bit of life into your face. This is from Etude House. This is their Blossom Cheek Waiting, Blooming, and Watching. It's just a really nice matte, kind of pinky sort of color, really natural. I do apply with a brush, but then I just like to kind of soften with my fingers just a little bit, just so that it's not too harsh of an edge. It looks a little bit more natural. So I use the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil. So affordable. I've been using this for many, many years, and this just kind of fills in the little gaps in my brow hairs. So that makes like a really huge difference for my face. It really kind of just defines my brows. It really frames my eyes, and it just kind of overall just kind of pulls the look together. I pretty much only gravitate towards the same like 3 color families when it comes to eyeshadows: champagne, shimmery champagne colors, matte browns, as well as like a light peachy colors. There is a palette from Etude House that marries all of this really nicely together. It's the Play Color Eye Palette, their Lingerie Backstage. I'm gonna go in for this light matte brown color, and I'm just actually gonna put it into my crease, just kind of help make my eye look a little bit more awake. And then I'm just gonna go in for this almost like light peachy pink color, and this is just gonna go all over my lids. And I'm just covering my entire lower lid space here. So this is just like a big fluffy kind of brush. This is just Real Techniques. And I just kind of run it off the edges of that darker color and just kind of blend it outwards. And I'm just going to clean it off on my hand as I go so that I'm always kind of getting a clean sweep. Okay, there we go, all blended out. So it's good to start a little bit darker and then just blend out to the desired like color level that you like. So I like a liquid eyeliner. I think it just really helps define my eyes. I usually wear glasses. I hardly ever wear them on camera because they always create such a glare, but I usually wear glasses during the day as well. And so when you wear glasses, that darker eyeliner just kind of helps your eyes pop through your frame so your eyes don't get lost. One that I'm using right now is the Chica y Chico 1 Kill Eyeliner Brush Pen. This is an okay eyeliner pen. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. It's doing the trick. It's maybe not the most impressive eyeliner pen I've ever used, but it's not bad. So I just applied some mascara, and I am a huge fan of this Celebo Pump It Up Sassy Volume Mascara. Now, this was all transparency. This mascara was actually sent to me as part of a PR package that I received. Celebo is a sister brand of S&P. I'd never heard of Celebo before, but honestly, I was really impressed with their products. I've been using their lip tints a lot, but this mascara was like above and beyond. And I did this tube that I have, I actually purchased this myself. I liked their mascara so much that I had to get it again. It works so well for my lashes. It really creates a lot of length, volume. It holds curl really nicely. It gives me just a really nice pop to my lashes that I love. Now, I have a really hard time finding this brand online. It's not an easy brand to find. Like, it's not on YesStyle, it's not on You'll Say. So I actually ended up finding this on Amazon through Celebo. Celebo was selling on Amazon. So I will do my best to link to it where I can in the info box below. It is worth going a little bit out of your way for, in my opinion. Mascara is so individual though, but for me, this one really fits the bill, and I've been really impressed with it. So no look is complete without some lip color, right? So one that I use all the time, Missha Wish Stone Tint Oil. So I like this because it's one of those like hydrating lip tints. This actually has like a slight glossy finish to it too, which is nice, but it does kind of stain the lips and give it that little hint of color even after you've, eaten and had water and all of that. You still have that little remaining color on your lips, which I absolutely love because I hate reapplying. Yeah, this is that kind of lip tint. So this is the final look. I mean, it's really simple, but it's a nice put together sort of classic look. And honestly, ditching that foundation and going for just the concealer and the primer has made such a big difference in my like winter makeup routine. I mean, before I was getting such weird cakiness on my skin. It was like clumping up around my eye area, and it's like clinging to dry patches I didn't even know I had around my nose. I was like, what is going on? But once I ditched the foundation and just switched to this lighter routine, pretty much all of those problems disappeared. So it's been a really great change. Plus it just feels so freeing and like breathable on the skin. None of that like 6 p.m. I can't wait to wash my face feeling because your makeup's just like sitting on top of your skin. Yeah, I don't get that. So I've actually been really pleased with switching over to the lighter routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed that like skincare routine / makeup tutorial get ready with me hybrid video. It was really fun to have you come along on this morning routine and take a little bit of extra time, but I do have to go and edit some videos now. I've almost finished my coffee. It's time to start the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know how you guys feel about that whole sunscreen issue. Do you think that some people can get a little bit too obsessive, or can you not get obsessive enough about sunscreen? Let me know in the comment box below how you guys feel about that. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. I release 2 new K-Beauty Focus videos every single week, and don't forget to ring the alarm. That will give you a notification every time I upload the new video, so you're never out of the loop. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating tomorrow. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.